I'm going to stress the importance of this video right away, just so that you're prepared. And even if you get it on the first time you watch it, I suggest you watch it again. We're now going to talk about something that you really don't want to miss. So we have mentioned how Source always wants what is best for Source. Source wants to have a great life experience. But that means to create great things, the things that Source wants. And it's a very rare occurrence that your avatar that can be a little caught up, or that might create things for the wrong reason, or things that it just thought that it wanted, is going to create the things that Source truly wanted. So we now understand that the inspiration for your creations can come from your Source self or from your avatar. And in this video we're going to remind you of the importance of a good Source self connection, but also great awareness, so that you can stop up before you create something and recognize where is it coming from. What part of you is it really that wants to create that outcome, that experience, that perspective, or whatever area of life it is that you are creating within. So obviously we want to get to a point where it is you as a Source who is creating. You want your Source guidance in all of your creations, and the creating itself works in the same way. You have an idea of what you want to experience, you intend for it, and that will be your experience in short terms. Or you have an idea of what you want to experience, and then you feel as if. And when you understand what I'm saying here, life is going to change for the better very quickly. It's a matter of not being on autopilot anymore. To rather take your time, stop up a little bit, recognize what are you actually about to create. Is that really what you want? Or are you caught up in something? Is the avatar maybe having a limited perspective or perception of what that creation could be like? So ultimately you would want to let go of all ideas you have about things. If you're holding on to a small little idea that something needs to be like that, and then you're trying to create from your Source self, well, now you have a subconscious limitation on how great things really could be. So what I'm saying is just stop up. Understand that you want to create your best life yet. And what does your avatar really know about that? If you can have an open mind, if you can hold everything with an open hand, and commit yourself to the guidance of your Source self, then you will create from a place of true motivation, true inspiration, and it will be easy to create success within the things that you really want, compared to struggling with the things that you kinda wanted for the wrong reason, or maybe wanted because you just thought that was what you were meant to want. So you have two choices. Let your Source self inspire you in regards to what you should put your intent on or feel as if, or just do it on the go from your avatar, and maybe you will have success with it, but that thing wasn't really what you wanted, or it wasn't in the way you wanted it. Did this increase your desire in a good Source self connection, in a good Source guidance? Can you reflect on the areas of life where you actually are creating, where you're giving into something, where you're getting a little caught up in something, where you're choosing to have a certain mindset about something? And where did all of these mindsets come from? Was it your source self that guided you to having those mindsets? If you got a little stressed or upset or fearful or angry or confused, was it source that wanted you to feel like that? Was that a perception of source? Was that the source guidance and the source perception and the source perspective that guided you to those ways of perceiving things? So enter the silence, run the pillar spin, find your source self, stay in your source energies, and do it as often as you can throughout the day. As often as you can remind yourself that the most important thing is your source self connection. And don't be in such a hurry to create. Ask your source self. Stay in your source energies. With an open mind, hold everything with an open hand. And learn to truly recognize what it is that you truly want. So essentially what I'm saying is that your avatar will have a certain limiting beliefs, and it will have a good reason to believe those things when it comes to any area of life, when it comes to the level of success you can have in anything, when it comes to the level of empowerment you are experiencing and can experience. But it had picked out those beliefs from a vast ocean of consciousness, and to navigate that ocean without a good source self-connection, then you might give into certain beliefs like that. And if you can understand that you might have navigated that ocean without a good source self-connection and guidance, a guidance that would put your intent on the thing that was the most beneficial for you, then you might have created some things for yourself that wasn't as good as they could have been when it comes to anything. So what do you think you deserve? What do you think you can accomplish? Only a good source guidance will let you pick the best things from this vast ocean 100 out of 100 times. Now you're not blindfolded anymore. Now you're not just randomly picking what looks best or sounds best, but you will find the best things every time. So being able to master this completely is of course a phenomenal achievement. And you could only achieve that by taking that practice seriously, which you would do if you recognized its importance and value. And essentially we're saying that anything that you could possibly think about throughout the day is something that you would like to find an answer to, so that you wouldn't have to think about it anymore. And the answer you find to those things can be found efficiently and quickly, but you can also find the answer that isn't so beneficial. But of course, with a good source self-connection, that job can be performed efficiently. So what are we really creating in Game of Life? I've mentioned a few things. We're creating success or lack of success. We're creating empowerment or lack of empowerment, strength, happiness, clarity, joy, contentment to the highest degree, or a little below, or much below. And with a good source self-connection, we would be able to create those to the highest degree. Just comprehend that you are a creator, and that it is truly empowering to know what to create and to know what not to create. You don't want a little anger or to be a little upset. It's just not as nice as clarity, and to see it for what it is, and to choose the outcomes that are most rewarding and fulfilling to you. So unless you have mastered the silence and gotten a good source-self connection and practiced getting back to your source-self connection as often throughout the day as you possibly can, and to catch yourself when you aren't in your source-self connection, then it can be difficult to understand what your source guidance really is. But you see, there is no quicker way to mastering this than just practicing it. And you won't be able to master it right away. But you can increase your ability to recognize your source guidance greatly every day. And you're going to learn a lot. So if you have benefited from this video, then kindly consider supporting. This is all possible thanks to your support. Abundance, health and prosperity to you. Thank you so much.